Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Digital Gate podcast. And this is our first episode of this
Boo.
terrible exercise. I hear you booing over there.
Boo.
This is basically going to be a podcast essentially about the Digimon card game. So we're going to be talking about
One
like
and only.
the cards themselves, new sets coming out, what we think is going to be big in the meta, and all that sort of stuff. What's happening in Japan because everything happens there first. I'd say
Which
like,
one's the Japanese TCG?
oh yeah, the Japanese TCG or the OCG as everyone likes to call the Japanese version of the card games that we play from the land of the rising sun. So I'm going to say, give a brief intro on who we are. Let's say James, my co-host, would like to go first.
I'm James. What should what like I don't know. I've been playing Digimon for what's it been about since 1.5. I'd probably say I've been going on it. I can't really. I don't know what else to say. Play the game. Been a big Digimon fan for years. Since like the original anime came out, played a few of the games, and then I heard there was a card game. I was like, "Fucking, let's go for it!"
Ah, yeah, and it was your fault that brought me into this game as well. Um,
That's how it goes.
I originally was a Yu-Gi-Oh player, and then left Yu-Gi-Oh to play Magic, and then James stopped playing Magic, so I kind of ebb out. Still have some stuff, as you can see behind me. But then
Burnt
he
out.
said one day, "Oh, why don't we try out Digimon?" I watched it as a kid. The anime was really good. The card game seems like fun, so I thought, why not? I'll give it a go. And it's a fantastic card game, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen. It is a fantastic, fantastic card game. So I'm going to say, why should you be watching this podcast, and why should you really listen to us? I'd say that, well, firstly, we have an Evo champ at our locals where we play. The
Oh
first
yeah,
European Evo
Billy
champ.
Dan.
Yeah, Dan Blau. Fantastic, fantastic Digimon player. Keeps beating our
Over a lot of our
backsides.
local women.
Oh, yes, yes. Keeps beating our backsides thoroughly every time we play. Um, and to say, James, what's your current record at locals then, at the local level?
Uh, I'm the most average as they come. I'm a 2-2 straight for like 4 weeks in a row. I don't know. Play uh what's that? Dex I'm playing at the moment, Imperial Dramon and Lilithmon. Just straight
Ah,
2-2.
we'll be talking about more about our decks and stuff and what
Oh
decks
yeah,
we
yeah.
plan to play in the future. And like James is consistently average as he said, whereas I am regular top five when we play the local level when I play a serious deck, and done it on multiple occasions. I've actually come first a few times at the local level as well, so not as impressive as our Evo champ, however. And I've also got aspirations to join the judge program when that eventually drops, as the nuances in the rules are quite fun. I'm certain we're going to have a discussion on the rules and quirky little interactions that can happen in the
Definitely,
game
definitely.
at some point. So yeah, and yeah, as I said earlier, I came from Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic. Those games are great. I still keep up with Yu-Gi-Oh, mainly the content creators, as they're really fun. Just check those out. And then Magic because it's a really fun social game. But with Digimon, I think Digimon has. I'm not using the word staying power because that's gonna just make bad things happen. So Digimon, I feel, has a lot of genetics from other good card games that didn't quite make it in the West. Like, I'm going to use my favorite example that James has heard to death at this point. Duel Masters. Yeah, takes a lot of good things from that card game and brings it to Digimon, and it's quite very fast paced game as well. I love it. Love Digimon. So, Why have you specifically stuck with Digimon as well, then James?
I'd probably say, how can I explain them? I think I like the mechanics. The memory gauge is one thing I think is a brilliant touch. I think it came from the idea of it. No, it doesn't originate from Digimon because it came from this other one called Chrono Clash, I think it was called. The prospect of just bringing in like Yu-Gi-Oh, you could just keep playing stuff until you're like, oh, I just turn zero win. Same as Magic as long as you've got the mana base. But with Digimon, you're like, huh, gotta use my memory wisely. Don't give my opponent too much. And I always find that's like a nice little. You get to control the pace of the game, or if you want to play a very heavy card that could wipe your opponent, you could give them 8 memory and just go like, yeah, you've got 8 memory. Can't
Yeah.
do anything with it.
Yeah, the memory gauge in Digimon, I feel, is quite crucial to the game's success, to be honest, because it's a hard limit essentially on how much crazy stuff you can do. Rather with, as you said, Yu-Gi-Oh, where you can literally roll the dice at the start of the game. Whoever goes first essentially has won the match already, if they have all their combos.
Did you draw the nuts? Yes, I did. All right,
Okay,
game two.
game two, cool.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen before at a regionals. It was sad. It was sad to watch.
Oh yeah.
So topics for today, for the first podcast, it's going to be getting to know us and what's happening currently in the world of Digimon, because big stuff is coming this week to all of us lucky people in Europe. Unfortunately, America is not so lucky right now. That we had the short end of the stick in set 5. They're having it for set 6. It's only fair, guys. It's only fair.
But I'll tell you one thing. They've definitely like we had the like short end of the stick set 5, but ours was like a week or two. Sadly, in America, it's like 5 weeks actually.
Yeah, it's like a month plus. I feel so sorry for those guys. I really do, but it's a bit funny.
Yeah. When does Europe ever get thing on time?
Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh dear, let's not get into that. Right. Okay, so James, what decks are you currently playing, and what do you plan to play in the future?
Well, I might have spoiled a little bit just before, but I only have 2 decks at the moment. Imperial Blue, Imperial Jamon. So gotta love a good bit of jamming.
Most powerful
Then
keyword.
yeah, the best keyword. And I have Lilithmon. Decks are doing fine. Like I said, average row. Just but what was talking about set 6 then? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Talk about set 6. What deck are you planning to make for set 6? Decks, because this set is stacked.
Too damn many. Too damn many. Esmon, because I want to actually get better than a 2-2. Uh, I also want one deck that I've heard no one talk about, and I'm just kind of like I look at it, I'm like I can work with this. I have a feeling there's a way you can break it, even though I feel like in Japan they should have done this already. But I'm gonna give it a go. Dynasmon.
Ooh.
Everyone's was on that Lord Nightmon hype. I'm like that Drake meme. It's like someone like War Greymon. Nah. Lord Nightmon. Nah. Dynasmon. That's my guy. That's my guy.
That's your guy.
Okay, I am running War Greymon in the Dynasmon deck, but when you can attack twice for free, add one in hand, and you got the Pulse Bomb that gives jamming, it's just a win-win situation. Big setup, but I think the setup's worth it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen that deck do crazy things, like, oh yes, I like sitting at 3 security forever. That's it. I'm sitting at 3. Just have fun, guys.
There's such thing as less than 3? Who knows?
Such thing as less than 3?
um,
Perish the thought.
Oh no. The other one I would say, like I'm upgrading Lilithmon because I find it got a the loot got a big upgrade in set 6. Imperial Digimon got a couple of upgrades. Then the
I'm
meme
scared.
deck.
I'm scared of Lilithloop, everyone. That's my scared deck. I'm truly terrified of Lilithloop. I've seen disgusting things happen, to put it bluntly.
Oh yeah.
Good lord.
Now I remember what was it the other day? I just brought out the purple deck box, and you were like, "No,
just no, don't. Just keep
don't do that."
keep it away. Keep it away from me.
Um, well, to go to the final deck, so I can pass it on to Tom. It has to be the meme. It has to be Eosmon. Eosmon's just the meme. It's the let's play 14 of the same level 5. But we even one of our locals, known as Keely's, made the perfect name for the deck. Ultimate Swarm. As your now. As soon as I heard that there, it's like the perfection.
That is a great name. Shame it is wasted on Eosmon.
Yep. Hey, bugs and a level 5 swarm.
It's the perfect name. You just gotta wish that Eosmon in the future gets some support, because that is too cool a name to waste.
7 in the future,
But
other than that,
better support. We don't count
yeah.
a single level 6 that is trash.
It's like a 1-2 off.
Yes.
1-2.
So, for me, however, I'm currently playing the Meta Sheep deck of Lord Nightmon, because I am a filthy Meta Sheep. Good is so good. I've done quite well with it in the past. I came first at the locals, not this Wednesday, the Wednesday before, and I've done quite well in other events with Lord Nightmon. I've also played Green OTK quite a few times. That deck was fun in set 4. It made everyone's life a living nightmare. And I'm also currently on the meme deck that everyone loves and loves to lose against. It's my boys, D Brigade Commandramon.
Just waiting for that blue starter deck to come out.
Oh, you just wait. Everyone at my locals, you just wait. They're going to have fun with the D Brigade. We're going to have fun with my Dragon Boys with machine guns. It's going to be great. I promise you. It's going to be great. Yeah. And that's decks for me that I've currently got. But in the future, we got some spice. We have Gabu Bond, Gabumon Bond of Friendship deck. That is a meta deck. But it looks hilarious. We've got one or two other people, I think, playing the deck at the locals, and we're going to be fighting for Gabumon Bond of Friendship pulls from the next set, like horrendously. Same with the promo that we're going to get in the dash packs. That is English exclusive at the moment. Breaks the deck wide open because it adds another level of consistency. But that's a topic for later.
Same as the Wizardmon promo for the Lilithloop.
Oh yeah, makes it so much better. Yes. The other 2 decks I will make are Hexblau Azu Longmon, because I hate people. I hate people having boards that can do things. So why don't I just turn it off? That's perfect. Just control what you do. I'm just fine. It's fine. I promise I'm not controlling. Right. So, and then the final deck is it's Jessmon, because of course it's got to be Jessmon. Everyone's playing Jessmon when that drops. It's too good not to play. It's like Meta Knight in Smash Brothers Brawl. I think it's Brawl or Melee. It's one of the two. And he was the meta character. You had your own character, but everyone knew how to play Meta Knight because he was just that good. Everyone knew how to play him because he was that good. So why not do the same for Jessmon, I feel. So, yeah. So that's the decks we're going to build for set 6 and what we've already got. And that leads us into a good discussion on set 6 itself. Who on God's green earth do you think is going to be the best deck? Who is the best decks out there for set 6? Because honestly, it's already predetermined that Jesmon and Gabumon Bond of Friendship are totally going to be up there in the English format because they're absolutely cleaning house in the Japanese format right now.
Definitely. I know as well in Japanese Metaphor Set 6, security control is still up there.
Ooh, yeah. Um,
I think Rookie Rush was as good, but I'm not too sure. But I think it dropped off a little bit, but I think it went up again maybe around set 7.
yeah, the Rookie Rush is a garbage deck for garbage people. I'm kidding. Play what you want. It's a free world.
Oh,
But
we're in the first
no,
episode. We get figures.
we're already getting that. We're already losing viewers. This is fantastic. But no, yeah, play the deck if you want to play it. Do you want? It's a great budget alternative for the game. If you can't really play an expensive deck that has SRs, you can play Rookie Rush without Pulse Mons. It's a fine deck. Play it if you want, but people will hate you. And yeah.
But you won't have friends.
Yeah, you can play it, but people won't talk to you anymore. So, I also think that what was it? That Lilith Loop has a very good chance of taking tier 1 spot, especially with that new Wizardmon promo that they've announced for the English format, as we mentioned a little bit ago, as they didn't have that in Japanese set 6 format, and also in Japanese set 6, Lilithmon Loop was a deck that was discovered right at the end of the set 6 format, so it didn't really get much time in the sun, I felt. And it does disgusting things. It does very disgusting things with Mega Digimon Fusion and Jack Raid, is it?
Jack Raid, yes, Jack Raid. As soon as you show 2, you're always going to have 2. Lilithmon just coming back to your hand with Zwart skill, and you just keep going and going and going. It's like 2 is all you need.
Oh,
just run
yeah.
4 for the consistency.
You do dirty things with that card, and it's a very powerful deck. As I've said, played against it many times because James runs it. Unfortunately for my psyche, and it's a painful thing to be a part of. And I just knocked my microphone. The height of professionalism. And yeah, Lilith Loop is going to be a pain to fight against again until set 7, and then probably set 8 when that comes out, because that'll be fun. But that's Nebula's future. We have no idea what the actual cards are, but we know
And
some stuff.
Probably the Mastermon starter deck.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. Don't you worry. By the end of this, you'll all have my fear for the Lilithmon Loop deck that is to come. You think it's powerful now? Does disgusting things. So, I also think that there's some decks that could be a shoe-in. Depends on how they perform and how the Western player base actually take them. Because Agumon Bond of Courage, it's not a particularly great deck, unfortunately. It's not that good. Well, it's good, but it's not good, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not like Gabumon Bond of Friendship and Jesmon levels of horrifying. And it can take games. It can take games. If you put it up against security control, it's going to have a very bad day. And I also think that there's another deck that I need to sort of worry about a little bit, mainly for the price. For people who want to build it, you are going to have to remortgage your home or your flat. And that's going to be Beelstar security control. Because I have a big feeling Beelstarmon is going to be the big chase secret of the set. It is the big chase.
It will be.
It's all I'm going to say is, because I'm trying not to swear, it's got plot. It's got plot. It's got a lot of good art assets. And we'll leave it at that, children. Yes, to put it bluntly, there's a guy at our locals who is going to get a mat of that Digimon, and you'll probably guess the reasons Why? And yeah, that's going to be fun to sit across against from the table. And Beelstar Security Control, to get actually back on topic, it's quite a deceptively powerful deck because you can just play Beelstar for free and then play a level 7 play cost option card for free, and you don't have to care for the color requirements, which is horrifyingly scary because you can drop stuff like Transcendent Sword, you can drop that Nail Bone from the purple structure deck, if I'm remembering the name right, and you can essentially get like 3 Digimon out for nothing. It's yeah.
One of the things that with that deck, I've seen a lot of people. You need to run that. There's a Three Musketeer black option card that just blows the field, like just apart.
Can't
I need to remember the name.
can't remember the name of it.
I'll search it up. Don't you worry.
Oh yes, this is the magic of doing it all in one take, ladies and gentlemen. We forget what things are called, and it makes our lives fun. So yeah, that is a powerful card, and just the fact that all the Three Musketeers don't really care for the fact that you need to have the color requirements, because most of the cards that play the options have the stipulation of they don't care. It's kind of disgusting in that way because you can just get away with some crazy powerful effects just off that level 7 play cost.
Do you want Swammer?
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yes. Of course, I didn't know what it was. It was like a German gun name. I was like, oh, yeah, all over the top of my head there.
Ah, yes. It's with Gundramon, that card. Oh my days.
Yeah.
The censors had a field day with that because all they did was remove the smoke from the barrel. That's it. That's all they did on the new artwork.
A not used gun.
Yeah. Well, how can you censor the Digimon when the Digimon is literally gun? The Digimon is all gun. There is no way you censor that. It is all gun. It's all gun. You can't do anything about all this. Gun. It is all gun.
Is it going to be Facebook's thing and turn them all into water guns?
Oh no! They're going to have a bright green Gundramon. Oh, like Deputymon as well, who's literally just a gun with legs.
A revolver?
Yeah, he's just a revolver with legs. So it's it's great. And they did the exact same thing, just remove the smoke from the barrel. So what we think the tier meta will be on first glance from what we've seen in Japan, from what we've seen from other speculation. Jesmon and Gabumon Bond of Friendship will be the top 2 decks, followed by Security Control, Beelstar Control, Three Musketeers, and potentially Lilithmon Loop as the final card in that.
I feel like Lilithmon will be floating in the top spot.
I'm saying that. I'm saying Dynasmon and Hexblow Azulong, they're going to be tier 2. They're good decks, but they're not fantastic. They're not blow your socks off.
No.
Yeah. So, what? The next topic. This is going to be a fun one. Cards to watch for the ban list. Oh boy! Right. Okay. Brief topic. There are some people at our locals, mainly Dan, who's the champion of this. And if you're listening, Dan, you know this is your opinion. Don't deny it. That Angelwomon, the yellow Angelwomon, the one that, when attacking inheritable, play a level 3 Digimon if you have 3 or less security. He thinks should be the limited like Argamon, or Argamon should come off the ban list because they essentially do the same thing. I can kind of see where he's coming from with that, as it's interesting because essentially they do functionally the same thing. However, Argamon puts them into play suspended, where Angelwomon does not, but Angelwomon has a caveat of you need to be at 3 or less to do it. And also, Argamon has the crazy nuts ability of Digisorption for -3, and its evolution cost is 3, so it gets played for nothing. And that's quite.
Re-evolution, what's it?
It's a powerful effect. It's actually quite a powerful effect. Deceptively strong. But I personally think that. I think Argomon could come back. Level 5
Oh,
Argomon could
yeah.
come back. In the meta that we're about to enter, Argomon, I feel, can come back. Hidden potential discovered. Hell no. You stay on that ban
Yeah.
list and you think about what you've done.
You stay about one.
Even as a green player, I can say, no, that card stays where it is. It is disgusting.
Oh no, yeah, it needs to stay where it belongs. I remember when that what was the Ceres mom was full smoke, just going crazy, and I'm like, oh, I like just sitting here and twiddling my thumbs when you play stuff
Yeah.
for free and make a big board.
Yeah. I remember when we tested that before it got banned, and we were like, "This is disgusting.
I
This
think you
is
had all your
filth."
cards for like a couple of weeks, and that's when the ban list was announced in Japan.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, great. Can't do anything with
Or at the
this."
time, we didn't know if it was
Yay!
official to come to the English format. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
It was like, "Yeah, it's coming into effect this date." Okay, thanks. So that
Cute,
was
cute.
fun for us in the English format where we got to use full power Ceresmon for about a week.
Yeah,
um,
sometimes.
I also think that controversial opinion incoming. Um,
Oh,
I think Mega Digimon Fusion should be limited. I honestly
oh,
think it
yeah.
should be limited. Like,
Mm.
I'll argue why it should be. You tell me why it should stay as the man who abuses it in Lilith Loop. I think it should go simply because it's basically another copy of Hidden Potential Discovered. It's
Mm.
essentially the same card, just with different caveats. But the thing is, the ceiling for white level sevens is much higher than like green level sixes. It's so much higher. It's insane. Like just being able to digivolve for free, an Omnimon Zwart, mill 3, bring out 2 blockers, and then swing with the Zwart, return the level 6 to hand to delete something is just for nothing. Essentially, free money. It's insanely powerful. Yes, you lose the Digimon at the end, but for decks like Lilithmon Loop, you don't really care. That's kind of your thing because you
Also, it
bounce the
helps
level
you not
6.
deck out.
Yeah, it stops you from decking out in your turn, but I've done that to someone in a game and it was funny. Um, I won a game with deck out once. Story for another day, but it's too powerful of an effect on a card. It's too powerful. Like as I said, Swart. Um, the original Omnimon, just being able to drop that for free and delete anything you want, and then swing in, then return something a level 6 to your hand from its Digivolution source, restand it, reswing again. It's quite deceptively strong, just going, I'm going to swing with this 15k Omnimon. And normally in the decks that do that, it's the Greymon OTK deck. And the Greymon OTK deck just slaps under cards that say security attack +1, security attack this, or have other cards that say gain more security attack if you have this many Digivolution sources. So you just go, okay, swing with Omnimon, it swings for 3, okay, unsuspend it, swing again, cool. I also have another level 6 underneath it, unsuspend, swing for game. That's it. It's it's too powerful. It's too powerful. Anyway, defend this garbage card. Defend it with your life.
I'll be honest. I actually do think it needs to go to 1.
Oh my gosh. The man
Like, even
admits it's
though
broken.
I'm never gonna say someone isn't broken. I just have to. Okay, my deck at the moment, even in the set 6 version, I run 2. I do hope it doesn't go banned.
No.
Because I'd be like, if you're gonna ban it, you best hit hidden potential as well. Because
Yeah.
they have the same thing. But I feel like
Yeah.
it's really powerful.
Mm.
One makes sense. I had a player at our locals try to discuss in a way that it should get hit because Lil Flip is top, is it? And I was like, Lil Flip isn't actually topping. It's it's
Yeah.
the premise on the deck was top. It was in the top slots, but it didn't top.
Yeah.
At the time, it was all Lord Knight. But in the future, I can see it being a problem. But I don't know if we'll need to do it now. But I think it will be
I
a potential hit.
I think it's a potential hit when we're gonna moving on to the thing that we truly think in the future will be banned.
I
Uh,
think that's like going to be a completely different hit. I don't think it's going to be.
oh no no no! But they might pull a
Well,
Konami and just go way over the top on like, right, we're gonna ban this, we're gonna
uh,
ban this, we're gonna ban this.
well, Bandai's only hit 2 cards so far,
Yes,
so hopefully
yes,
they don't go ban crazy.
yeah. The other two cards that we are, I am terrified of these two cards. Um, the new structure deck for Mastermon, which is announced in Japan. It's not here yet, and it's not even released in Japan yet. They've just announced what's in it, and they've announced the cards and shown us the effects. And it's done scary stuff. Put it like that. It's lit a fire under most players' butts who basically have discovered this combo and gone, "Oh my god, this is literally really bad." I'll let you explain it. The cards are Gatomon from the new structure deck and Cerberusmon from, I think, set 1.5. I think
I
it's
think it was set 4.
was it set 4? Oh, fair enough. I know nothing.
4.
Anyway, one of the sets, but it's not the structure set. But you explain what this does, like, because this is your area of expertise, not mine.
Okay. There was a video I was shown. All this, just how it works. Now I was trying to bring it all back from memory, so I need to make sure I don't mess up the combo. So, Lilithmon has the thing, as we were said before, of bring out Sword, you swing with Sword, you bring back Lil, probably one of the level 5s you went into, you play the Lil, but then your turn just kind of just stops because you either don't have another Mega Digimon Fusion, you don't have the memory, you don't have something just to continue it on. Wait till this structure deck comes out. That's in the past now, boys and girls. Basically, with Sword, okay, you need certain cards. So it ends because obviously with the new Mastermon structure deck, it's a yellow and purple. So in this deck, you're going to have a couple of yellow cards. You're going to have this Gatomon. So you want to go into you do your Sword. You bring out Gatomon and the Cerberusmon. So you're like, okay, where do I go from here? So well, you want to digivolve the Gatomon into either you've got two options. Well, these are my two options, but you can go with any fallen angel or archangel you want. I preferably want to go into Lilithmon because then you get your extra draw 2, discard 2. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
That card is quite an expensive rare as well, which is interesting. Well, I saw someone trading it for like 10 quid at one point. It's crazy.
I remember the days it was like £3.
Yeah. Anyway,
lucky me. So you want to but the great thing is Gatomon has the ability of are you digivolving into an archangel or a fallen angel? Yeah, reduce that cost by 2. It's like get a 1 cost draw 2 discard 2 or draw 3 if you count the digi evolution plus. And what you want to do, well, this is my option. You want to hard play a yellow. So if you digivolve into a yellow, you want to hard play a purple, so you want to do the reverse. So if I went to Lilithmon, hard play a yellow. So in my option, what I like to go for is the Magna-Angemon from BT. Was it BT 1.0?
it's BT. It's 1.0. Is BT 1.0.
1.0.
The one that you see in security control. Yay.
Yes. Yeah. Going back to security control.
All stems from that one.
It has the ability of on play recovery +1. So it's like, oh, recovery +1. And then you would expect, it's like, just say your turn started with 3, you reduce the cost by 2 for Lady Debbie, you go to 2. And then you paid, I think it's a 7 cost, or so you're like, oh, I've just given my opponent 5. Oh, it's my end turn. Hold up. it doesn't end right there.
No.
Atumon
This is
skill.
where it gets disgusting.
This is when it gets not disgusting, it gets funky.
Oh God, you and I have a different definition of funky.
So, Gatomon skill activates. It's the end of your turn because technically you pass the memory. That is the end of your turn. Skill. Choose two. So the inheritable card that you go over. So the Lady Devimon. Choose the opposite color, level 5, and Jogress Digivolve. So one of the other skills with the Gatomon is when it's on play, you get to look at the top 5 and add a yellow and purple. Not a yellow and a purple as separate cards. It's one single dual color card. So the card you want to get is the main card of that starter deck, Mastamon. So you Jogress it to Mastamon for 0 cost. It has the skill of bringing someone back from the trash. So, you know that Cerberusmon that was just chilling like a moment ago for the sword?
Mm-hmm.
You just bring out his the changed form of him, werewolf mode. Did I just play this card for free? I just scrap Cerberusmon and draw 2, discard 1, and gain 9 memory
Yep.
for free.
So you know that turn that was now your opponent's. Oh yeah, it's also your turn now again because you just gained 9, and
And
God.
then you just go from a 3 to 1. You're now on like 6. And no, you were 3 to 2, then you're on 5, then you gain 9. You're on a 4. You're technically a +1.
Mm-hmm.
+1 memory from the beginning of your turn.
Yeah, this makes the loop, and you can loop this effect. You can just keep on going because you're gaining all this memory. It makes it functionally infinite.
Plus, werewolf mode has rush, so
Yep.
if you want to, you could cheekily swing in,
Yep.
and digivolve it into Lilithmon, get the Jack's Ray that you probably popped to your hand before, play them, go into another sword, and then just get another Gatomon.
Yeah.
Do you have another Mastamon in your hand? Keep going.
Yeah, it makes the loop infinite, functionally infinite.
As close to infinite
Yeah.
as probably Bandai will allow
Yeah,
it.
it's functionally infinite. Functionally, if you get all the steps right, you can technically go infinite unless you mess up or something bad happens when you swing in for a security check.
Also, is
That
this
sort of thing.
purple that goes over 5 security?
Yeah, yeah, it's disgusting.
That's
And
stuff.
I was the one who sent you that video. After finding it randomly, I was like, "What on? Oh my!" And I knew you'd like it. I was
Part
like,
of the
as
dark
soon as
web were you searching for that
yeah,
video.
as soon as that video ended and we talked about it, first thing on my mind was something's getting banned here. One of these is getting. If this turns up, ever like at a tournament and just sweeps, they'll ban something into the ground because it's just too powerful. It makes people want to leave the game, like that sort of effect. Like it happened with Magic in like Mirrodin Block, like with Affinity for Artifacts. That just nearly killed the game, and it does nearly enough the same thing of making a potentially infinite free combo that does crazy stuff, and it also just it'll be a nightmare headache for rounds because the turns can go on for ages with that sort of deck. And I can imagine a tournament organizer just putting their head in their hands and going, "Oh my goodness, it's still game 1."
Like even when I seen that, I was like, even though Mega Digital Infusion, it took me a bit of time to understand. I was like, okay, I can see the issue where this lies. I instantly seen that video and I was like, I can already see a hit coming. And like, my opinion on a potential hit for that there, they won't do the starter deck because it's so new.
No.
Because they can't lose sales.
No.
I think it's going to be the werewolf. I think it's going to be werewolf mode. Maybe not Cerberus mode because I draw 2, discard 1. It's not, or it's not amazing, but it's also not horrible. But werewolf mode is going to get hit. Do hope they don't hit the entire Lilithmon deck. I would be so maybe a smidgen butthurt about that. Oh,
You saw nothing.
I lost everything.
Uh,
So where would probably be where I would say we need to get hit to keep
yeah.
Lilithmon functional but not dead.
Yeah, the Cerberus mode would be my personal hit. As for all the reasons you said, of like it
Yeah,
doesn't
well, we need
actually
to
kill the Lilith Loop deck, it but it
kill
stops.
that one
It
combo.
kills the very powerful version of it. Of this makes it unfair version. So yeah, that card has got to go either soon as like a preemptive hit. But I have a feeling if it gets hit in Japan, it'll probably be hit just before the structure deck comes out, or just after an event where that deck is just destroying people.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
because stuff like that is insane.
Oh, definitely. I like
And we need
it,
Bandai not to rest on their laurels because they need to get rid of it as fast as they can if that
like
happens.
I feel like I don't know what I think of preemptive hits. I feel like you need to let someone happen, do it snappy.
Yeah, yeah, we had that
Like
though.
I'll be honest, I would like to try one hobby league, full powerful low flip, and then get a hit the next week. I'm like, I'm fine. I played
Yeah,
it once.
like I'd happily let like one like be played against me, like in friendlies and stuff. I'm like, okay, let's see what this deck can do, and then after it, I'd be like, okay, ban list.
PTSD.
Yeah,
I'm
PTSD, Vietnam flashbacks. So, set 7 is out in Japan right now as well. And there's been not much of a shake-up in the meta from what we've seen.
oh,
There's been a few new contenders in the ring. Like, we've still got the usual suspects of, Jesmon, the Gabu Bond deck.
he's still chilling after like EXO1 and set 7.
Yeah, Jesmon and the Gabumon Bond of Friendship deck, I feel, are going to stick around for quite a while because they are powerful decks. Especially with a few upgrades they got in EXO1, but they're so small, we'll probably have our own discussion on that as you'll want to talk about EXO1 for all the lovely Imperial Dramon support that you are
My
getting.
boy.
Your
My
boy
boy.
gets so much support, and I'm going to talk about it because there's Diaboromon stuff in there, and I like Diaboromon, even though I have currently broken apart the deck to make Commandramon better. Um,
Yeah, sad boy, sad boy.
it's sad boy hours, real sad boy hours, and but the blue is proving to be a very consistently powerful color. Like set
Really?
1, the 1.0 format, Omnimon Blue Turbo was the best deck in the format. I'd say 1.5 for us. It was up there. Blue was actually quite up there as a color in the 1.5 format, especially
It was just
since
Imperial
green got him.
Dramon.
Yeah, it was Imperial Dramon deck, but it was still up there as a mainly blue color as the Ceresmon stuff got hit. And set 4 it kind of died off a bit. There was still like the Garurumon, ancient Garurumon stuff that was knocking about. It was doing okay. Wasn't doing
We
great.
got that first anniversary promo,
Yes,
Lobomon, that
that
came at the
promo
same time.
Lobomon was amazing for the deck. Those promo cards changed our meta a little bit, but not massively. Yellow War Greymon was still top dog.
We had that green OTK, which was never a
Ooh,
thing in Japan.
yes, Green OTK was amazing, and that was my favorite deck of set 4. As that won me like a locals, and it also just dominated friendly games that I played in. It's not so much on the radar anymore, unfortunately, as deck theory has changed, but I feel it can come back eventually, specifically alongside Nidhoggmon, who will be the ever-present boogeyman in Digimon. Like, that card will never not be good, as
Yeah.
there's going to be formats where we don't play around Nidhoggmon, and then he comes back, absolutely destroys. Then we play around him again, doesn't do much, and then he comes back. It's like a rising wave sort of thing with Nidhoggmon.
Yep.
I feel for the rest
Very
of time. And well, the what else is happening in set 7? I think Red Hybrid is doing quite well.
Oh yes, Emperor Greymon.
Mm,
He's been. I heard he's been sneaking around through the tournaments.
yeah.
What else? There's another. Is there not another red deck? I think it's the think it's the Emperor with the Ancient Greymon hybrid
Yes.
combination.
Yes.
I think there's a couple of versions of it, but there seems to be that one's like the most go-to with
Yeah.
the Agunimon promo.
Yeah, it's consistent with like a few checks of security as
Yeah.
well. I think that's why it's doing so well. And it's a very powerful deck. The Tamers for those decks are quite powerful.
Oh, definitely.
Along with the level sixes. The level sixes for those decks are nuts. Go to look them up on Google. Um, Eventually we'll get some editing stuff that we can do all this sort of whatever. But that's the next topic. I also you are happy because X Antibody, your
Oh,
boy, is doing so
yeah.
well.
Hey, weirdly enough, when you first announced, I heard, like, I remember looking at him at the beginning and going, like, I want you to be good, but I don't know if you're there yet. Maybe another set support,
Yeah.
maybe Sedic maybe has some X antibody. But then I kept thinking about it, and I think when you think of black, you think of the defensive deck, you think of tiny guy deck, but then I look down further, it's like, no, no, you're more than just that. You're
Yeah.
you're 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 red in disguise.
It is I,
um,
red, but in black.
basically, I've going back to set six for 1 second, trying to get myself a place of damn Alphamon.
Ooh.
It's gonna kill me. Like I've been
Yeah.
thinking of ways of like, can I run 3 or do I need 4?
At least you didn't be me and have to get a playset of Zwart defeats from this current set that we're in.
Yeah. The
Oh,
weird thing is, with like Bellstarmon being the chase secret, not everyone's gonna be after the
yeah.
Alphamon. I'll be swiping that boy up.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, definitely. Um, yeah.
I'll go back to the antibody
Yeah, yeah,
talk.
yeah.
So I've been making decks on the side, ideas. Decks just dirty. Like I've Sunrise, was it the Sunrisemon promo? That was in the. Was it also in the anniversary? I
Yeah,
can't
it was in
remember.
the anniversary pack. Was
Yeah,
that
like the
promo
anniversary pack was
Sunrisemon?
just golden. Um,
Yeah,
it will just that security attack +1 plus if it's on there, if it's a Digimon on its own, it gives every 13k attacker piercing. It's
yeah,
amazing. Alphamon makes it himself for free. Pay 2 memory, make it a 13k. At the end of the battle, gain 2 memory back. It's a free 13.
yeah.
And the new, I always butcher these guys' name. Duro, Durogoramon. I think that's the level 6.
Yeah, I can't remember its name off the top of my head.
They're all like Duromon, Duro, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
The tongue twisters as Digimon.
Oh yes. It's like just
And
cut to the JoJo episode where the guy is messing with the berry in his mouth and it's like
oh, the jelly. He what was it? EX antibody in this is stack gain 1 KDP. And also the great thing there was an errata in Japan for set 7 when set 7 originally announced the Digitama for Digi-Egg for black was just I'm just a level 2 with a skill, that's it. Then they added, oh, it's also an X antibody now. I forgot to add that on. As soon as I came in, I was like, this makes life easier.
It makes the deck a little bit more
A
powerful.
little bit
It
more,
pushes it that
a little bit
little
more
bit,
consistent.
but it only needed that little bit, and now it's actually tier 1 considered. It's considered
Like I
tier 1.
said,
It can
on
steal games enough.
there was a list out earlier, I think it was like last week, and I was
Yeah.
just telling you what decks were competitive. What so basically it was saying what was tier 1, what was tier 2, and what was the casual tier 3. I seen X antibody in tier 1. I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
I just started looking stuff up. I'm like, the deck's just gone nuts.
Like I remember you sending that, and I was like, "Wait, what? Was Jesmon Gamma X antibody?
Where did you
What?
come?
What? How? This? There's an imposter among us.
Is this black tier 1? What is
This is
this?
the black in the tier 1 spot.
Yeah,
What?
well, I could say that as the joke, but is it not the recent blocker defeat deck that's
Oh
been
yeah,
going around, which has been kicking my ass at tournaments for the last while because I can't get past 5 blockers.
yeah.
What's that one called? Magidramon.
Oh,
The one that
Mechanorimon.
was it? No, not Mechanori.
Mechan.
Magidramon, the level 5 that has the
Oh.
blocker inheritable.
Oh, yeah. I know which
Yeah,
one you're on
that
about.
there is like, and I go into Sword Defeat, and you attack, I block with Sword Defeat. It may die, but I'm just going to delete
Yep.
everything you own.
Oh,
It's like,
whatever you swing
right,
with that's bigger than 13k, it will die. This is pseudo
okay,
retaliation, I'm afraid. And then they just play Craniumon, and then you just hate your life.
Yep, yep. Goodbye.
Yes, it's Craniumon. Secretly good, everyone, at rogue level. It's actually quite good. Like
Oh,
sneaky good. It's sneaky good.
very, very cheeky, very
Very
cheeky.
cheeky. I think that's it mainly for set 7 upsets. Oh, apart from hybrid Shine Greymon and hybrid Dynasmon Yellow. Um,
Oh, you forgot one other thing.
what's the other thing?
Hybrid Leopoldmon.
Ah, hybrid Leopardmon.
Never mind,
Yes.
I thought Leopoldmon.
Use your English, boy.
Sorry, forget the terminal. I haven't actually seen that card since set 1.
Yeah. They're doing okay. They're not doing amazing, but they're doing okay. Shine, hybrid Shine, I feel, given enough time, could actually be quite terrifying.
Yeah.
Not Lilithmon Loop terrifying. There's, oh my god, I need my jammies scared. That is the broken Lilith Loop when the structure set comes out, and then there's I'm a bit terrified when at the hybrid Shine level because you swing into that security. Look, there's a tamer. Look, there's a tamer. Look, there's a Digimon. Oh, look, my tamers say this stuff where all my security Digimon have plus 7 million. Whatever you swing with dies unless you've got jamming because you hate fun.
No, I love having fun.
On your terms. But yeah,
Yes, on my terms. No
yeah,
one else has let fun.
the set 7 hybrids are quite cheeky, especially with the fact that you're on like 1 or 2 security. Cool, I have like 4 tamers. How much memory do I have? Cool, I'm now going to win. How? Evolve on top of a tamer, swing. Evolve on top of another tamer, swing. You guess what the final move is? Evolve on top another tamer. Yeah.
Well, before we change topic, there is also one other deck I have to
Go on.
talk about.
Go on.
Green Hybrid.
Oh yeah. I thought that deck would do better.
I
I
did too. What's it? It's floating on the tier 2, isn't
It's
it?
in the tier 2 bracket. I honestly thought the early signs in set 7 it was a scary deck. It was the deck to watch because everyone was thinking, could this be better than Jessmon? Could this do better than Jess?
And then it
Didn't.
just kind of floated
Didn't.
away.
Yeah, it didn't do better.
But I'm still
Because
hyped
people
play
now
it,
know what
to
to
be honest.
do. You're hyped to
Yeah.
play it. It's your first
No,
green
I have to
deck.
play it. But I think I know where the issue lies.
Go on.
It acts a lot like Hercules, Capitarimon, Stardeck. It doesn't add much extra because the ancient, what's it, ancient, is it ancient beetle? Ancient Beetlemon?
Yeah.
That's the level 6. It basically just acts as the level 5 Mega Capitari
Yeah,
on the
fair
starter
point.
deck. Then
Fair
you've
enough.
got. Yeah, that's like the only thing I can probably think of, but I do think it has the potential because I think hybrids help a lot. And also with the hybrid meta, it's like you don't need level 3s to continue on. You can go from your tamers. You think
Yeah.
maybe a bit more consistent than the old starter deck?
Um.
Maybe a
I'd say it's
controversial.
more consistent with its game plan. More
Yeah.
consistent with its game plan. Like it can quite quickly steal games from people if they're not watching what's going on or watching their security. They can't get blockers out, for example, or they can't get enough recovery to deal with the level of attrition that's going on.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. So, final bit of discussion for the day on this first episode is the future plans for the channel that all this is going on and the actual future of the podcast. So, what we are thinking is we're going to do like 1 or 2 podcasts a month, 1 or 2 of these a month, because we both have full-time jobs, so it's quite hard to find the time to do
I like back in our
this.
uni days when we
Yeah.
had Bugger all.
Oh yeah, if this game came out during our uni days, oh lord,
Student loans would be gone.
student loans would be gone, but we would have had loads of time to create content for people. It would have been perfect timing. Unfortunately, we're now older and have stuff to do.
Yeah, we're grown ups now.
Yeah. So, like as I said, plan to do like 1 or 2 podcasts a month, and we're gonna sometimes have, hopefully, some guests with us. We might have a guest
Yeah.
or two. Might do some interviews as well, like actual interview style thing with some people. The main one we're gonna shout out about is Dan, our previous Evo Cup champion for Europe. Have him on at some point, hopefully. He's not the champion anymore, unfortunately, but it's still good to get someone who played at such a high level and someone who's already won one of the major
Bit of
championships
insight.
opinion and a bit of insight into the game itself and that sort of thing. We're going to try to do some gameplay as well. We're going to try and record some actual games that happen in our locals, with our locals' permission, of course.
Oh yeah.
See, like get those games going, and then we're gonna like have commentary over it or something like that, or live commentary.
Figure that one out
We'll
closer to the time.
figure that one out when it happens. Just watch this space. We're also gonna have box openings as well. Box openings of the new set. So we are at the perfect time, especially for us in the European sphere, to do box openings and discussions on set 6, as set 6 is literally just around the corner for us, as we said right at the start of this
Yeah.
podcast episode.
What's it? Today's the was it today's the 5th of October?
Today's the 5th, and it's out in 3 days. Pre-releases start in 3 days for people. It's
Like
right
the
around the
official
corner.
release for boxes, that's the 15th. So
Yes.
week and a half. Week and a half.
Yeah. So it'll be perfectly fine for us. So it's perfect time for us to start making content like that, as the Americans who are big haven't done it yet. So kind of sneak in a little bit, little rat tactics.
Delays.
Yes, rat tactics. Use the opportunities you are given, comrades. I said comrades, unironically. Oh no. No, enough of that. Enough of that. Yes, as I said, interviews. We're gonna try to have like a chat with as well. So potentially in the future, when we're big enough, if we are big enough, if this ever goes anywhere past, the first episode, if we can get like other YouTube content creators in the Digimon space just to chat, like have a nice conversation about the game. It's like not an interview, just talk about the game, talk about what's going on, talk about what they're doing. That's the thing. And the final thing we hopefully have planned is deck profiles. Yes, we're gonna do.
A card game channel with deck profiles.
I know.
What's
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list content. What? Predictable? What is this? Yeah, we're gonna have predictable content in the form of deck profiles, because it's quite good content to make for people to see, because they'll be interested in different decks. And from my perusing of the internet looking for new deck ideas, a lot of it is just website based. Just look at this deck that we give you, and that's it. There's no in-depth discussion on the deck, the theory behind it, that sort of thing. A few channels do it, like Hong Zero, Donkey Nong. Those people, good channels. Subscribe to them if you want, but please also subscribe to us. Please, we are but poor
We are
people
desperate.
who have
We are
real
desperate.
jobs. Yeah, so we're doing that. As there's also some decks that you don't really see profiles of, like for example, D Brigade. You see D Brigade, and then after set 4 it kind of falls off. That's not after set 5, sorry, because we got the blocker. You don't really see much of it, so keep those deck lists updated for people. And also we have our own spicy takes.
Oh yeah, spicy takes. Yeah, all the spicy takes.
Yes.
No, well, when you were talking about decks that just don't get enough talk. How many times I've been looking up on YouTube for Dynasmon ideas?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure set 6 dropped. Everyone made a single probably Dynasmon video, and they never touch the deck again. I'm changing that.
We're changing that. It starts here, folks. The Dynasmon uprising begins here.
Lilithmon hype train begins here.
Yes, yes. But so yeah, we'll be with our deck profiles. We will actually keep up to date with the decks, and I will try to, because I'm the one with all this equipment. As you can see, big posh microphone. I'll try to keep the decks up to date and let people know on the videos. Like, I'll put a pinned comment in saying this deck has actually been retired, new video for it that way, or the deck has been fully dissolved. As in, we don't have it anymore because it's just not good, or it doesn't perform like we wanted to. So yeah, I think that is it for the first episode. I'm afraid, everybody.
Yeah, for the first one.
Yeah, good. We've had a good hour talking about all this sort of stuff.
Didn't feel like an hour at all.
No, it did not feel like an hour. An hour just flew by, or was recorded by, and so yeah, that's the ending, guys. So, as I said, there might be another episode of the podcast this month. There might not be. These things happen. Life gets in the way. And there might be some other interesting content appearing this month as well on the channel. Please subscribe. Yes, we're doing that Hookster sort of thing. So please subscribe. We beg of you. Please. And like the video.
Thumbs up.
Give that video a like. I hate myself already. So yes, thank you for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. Have a good rest of your day. And the digital gate is now closed.